When you're a band starting out, playing your own shows, I think it's really important that you understand every aspect of what it takes to actually put on that show. When you get to the point where there's too much to do so that it interferes with your ability to perform to the best of your ability on the stage, it's time to hire some help. And that may be your brother, your cousin, somebody that you know, your uncle, somebody who has some relation, some understanding, some experience with live music and touring. It could be someone that you heard about who's a friend of your brother's cousin. But bringing people in to help is really, really important. And the point to bring people in is when you're driving so long that you can't actually do a good show. When you're arguing with the promoter about issues that are unrelated really to the performance of the show, and that's putting you off your show. Hiring a tour manager is something that will come at a time when you know is right, but I encourage everybody to learn as much as they can about what it takes to be a tour manager and what the roles are of a tour manager as they can. One thing that's really, really important and very, very difficult is that if you're a young band starting out and you hire a professional tour manager, how are you going to be able to supervise them? Because if you're hiring them and you're paying them, then you are their boss. And if you're their boss, how can you possibly be a good boss to somebody who has spent a lot of years doing their job? What you don't want is to have somebody who pushes you around and orders you around to do things and you don't really understand why. So I encourage any new band or starting up artist really to get involved in every aspect that they can. And then when it's time, you hire somebody and then you have to be their boss. And that's a tricky one to do. It's not easy. So how do we do that? Knowing what you need to do, making notes about things, having examples of situations that things have gone wrong, and communicating that with somebody. Meet a wide range of people who are going to fulfill that role. 2, 3, 4 people. And once you've done that, then you'll be able to really see how the right person is going to apply themselves and represent you. As the tour manager for all of my clients, I'm their representative. I'm the person that walks into the venue ahead of them. I'm the person who walks into the hotel. I'm the person who walks into the promoter's office with an issue, a complaint, or to settle the finance of the show. These are all really important aspects. And my advice is, when you hire somebody, be very careful about who you hire, make sure you let them know the things that are important, and then let them do their job. One last thing that's really important, when you hire somebody, tell them that you're hiring them on a trial basis. Give each side a chance to be able to work out whether this is the right move for you or for them. If you give someone a promise that we're going to hire you, you're going to be our tour manager, they have certain expectations and they may put a lot of time and resources that you're not aware of into representing you. And then if you decide a little bit later on it's not quite right for you, that can be a little disillusioning for somebody in that role. So understanding what the role is, letting them know what they need to do, letting them know the kind of things that you do and you don't like, and talking to them in time that you do have to be able to find out what the issues were, how they resolve them, so you can understand what they're doing makes you a good boss. And unfortunately, as a musician and the person that is deriving the income that pays a tour manager or a monitor engineer or a sound man or a lighting guy, you need to have control over those people and you need to know what it is they do and why they do it. So even when you have a tour manager, there is a lot of work to be done because ultimately you're the boss.